We're going to go ahead and assemble our crankshaft. So first thing I want to do is I want to open my bearings. Now the bearings are packaged in a really strong plastic. If we try and peel these out or rip it out, it's going to damage the bearings. So I'm going to take my razor blade and I'm going to slide underneath and I'm going to cut all the way around the bearing. That way I'm going to have a nice little tray with all of my bearings in it. So we're going to take out our first bearing. And as far as the connecting rods are concerned, it doesn't matter where they go on the crank. So the main thing that we want to pay attention to is there is a number on each connecting rod. We want to make sure the cap number and the rod number match. We've already gone through and rebuilt these rods, so they're all ready to go. They're all cleaned and pin sized to the correct sizes. When we install the bearing, we want to make sure that the tang on the bearing is completely locked in on the tang in the cap and on the rod as well. Okay, we want to make sure that the bearing is seated all the way and roughly about the same protrusion on either side. When we install it, we're going to a couple of drops of oil on the bearing itself. Don't forget to lube the threads on the connecting rods, as well as where the nut contacts the rod, where it tightens up. And you don't have to use any fancy assembly lubes. You can use engine oil. I like ATF oil for my assembly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully bring the cap in from the bottom. And I want to make sure that when I put the connecting rod on, that the tang matches the tang on the cap. Another good way to tell is the numbers on the connecting rod will be facing each other. We're going to go ahead and run our nuts down. Make sure the rod is moving freely. Grab our torque wrench. We've already set our torque wrench on this particular engine. It's 50 Newton meters for our tightening torque. Usually what I'll do is I'll just bring it up just to kind of take the load, and you want to feel the rod as you're doing it. If it tightens up, then stop. There's a problem. Take it off and take a look in again. Then I'm just going to go ahead and do a final tighten. And make sure that the connecting rod will rotate freely 360 degrees. Before we install our number 8 main bearing, we're going to go ahead and install the front crankshaft seal and the bearing O-ring where it seals to the case. So to install the front seal, I'm just going to take some silicone grease and I'm going to lubricate the outside of the seal. We do not want to use any kind of crankcase sealant or any kind of gasket sealant on this surface. Just some engine oil or silicone grease. Also want to go ahead and lubricate the lip of the seal. If we don't lubricate the lip when the engine first starts off and it doesn't have a good supply of oil, you run the risk of burning that seal edge. Now most of the times you can just push these in with your thumbs until it is flush with the bearing. Okay, so that's it, that's installed. I'm going to go ahead and install our O-ring. This is what seals it against the case. So we just want to go ahead and stretch that over and then let it unwind and relax in the groove. You want to make sure that this groove is clear, that there is no contamination in here, no debris. This is a vent line for this O-ring, and it's very important, otherwise you can place more pressure for oil to leak on this O-ring if this line in the bearing isn't kept clear. That means no case sealant around this area as well. Now we're ready to install our crankshaft assembly. We want to take one last final look, make sure all our bearings are installed and are all seated correctly. We want to make sure that the locating pin is installed in the bottom half of the case. We've got our crankshaft that is all assembled up. We have our number 8 bearing that's been assembled up. The seal's been installed and has been lubricated, and the O-ring has also been lubricated. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to put some oil on each bearing surface. You can use an assembly lube if you like. And I'm just spreading the oil along the bearing surfaces. Then I want to make sure that I lubricate the number 8 bearing. There are 2 surfaces in here that I want to get. So with our crankshaft assembly, I want to go ahead and put the number 8 bearing on first, and we want to ease the front seal in. Make sure it slides on and it should rotate nicely. Now we've got our front nose cone bearing on, our number 8 bearing. We're going to go ahead and install our special tool, the P221, which is going to support our connecting rods. When we install the crank, we're going to be holding the number 3 rod and the number 8 bearing. So we want to stop every second rod from moving so it doesn't interfere with the crank going into the case. So to install the tool, we're just going to slide it over the end of the rod and squeeze the spring steel together, and that's going to lock that rod. And we're going to come up second, and do the same thing. Just lock that rod from turning into the web of the crank. Okay, so I'm going to pick the crank up. Make sure my rods slide down and come out the bottom. Then on the number 8 bearing, I want to twist it until I find the locating pin. Make sure the back sits down. On the O-ring here, this is just lubricated with silicone grease only, or a small piece of engine oil. We want to make sure that this groove here stays open and clean, so no crankcase sealant around this O-ring, especially around this area here. We don't want to block this up.